Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. Thank you. Uh, Brandon, how much time have you had to work with Deshaun kind of informally throughout the offseason? And now, how much are you guys kind of starting to build that chemistry now that you're able to be together more after reporting?
Yeah, I think one of the important things this offseason was, figuring out a time and way to be able to get together at least a couple times, in the midst of everything that's going on. And I think he did a great job of that, getting the guys together. And as far as now, it's great to be in the building, going through walkthroughs and being able to watch film together and understand what he's looking for and what he likes. So I think we've also been doing a great job of that as a group as well.
Greg Bailey.
Hey, Brandon, Randall Cobb mentioned to us a day or two ago the things that he's learned in his career, not just getting open, but getting open at the proper time. How would you describe what you thought playing receiver was in the NFL when you arrived as a rookie, and maybe a few of the high points that you've learned about what it really is playing at a veteran and a very high level?
That's a great point. I think, as a young guy, you come in and, your focus is getting open and not really thinking about the whole grand scheme of things. But when you continue to learn and understand that there's always a timing and rhythm to every play, and it's not just about you, but how you run your route to get someone else open is just as important. So I think that's one of the things that you got to learn as a young guy coming in. And once you learn that, the faster you can learn that, I think the better off, your offense is going to be,
Aaron Reese.
Hey, Brandon, you mentioned getting some working with Deshaun. I'm wondering, as a guy who's played with a lot of different really good quarterbacks, how would you compare kind of where you're at with him right now versus where you've been at this stage in a normal season with some of the other quarterbacks that you've played with during this kind of adjustment?
Well, I think this is the first time we're dealing with off season like this. So I don't think, being comparing would be fair. I think we just did a great job of getting together when we can. We had to make sacrifices. A lot of the stuff that was going on and understanding that we were limited. So I don't think it's fair enough to say or to compare to past off seasons with other quarterbacks.
Mark Berman.
Hey, Brandon, in your short time, or you've been here,
Mark,
here.
Where's your camera at, Mark? What's going on? You not on?
Oh, here, brother. That better? There you go. What's going on?
How you doing?
What did you want to find out about Deshaun? Maybe in your first few times working with him, what have you found out? What are some things you can share there that maybe you didn't know that you wanted to find out?
I watching film and just, getting in person, like, man, this guy throws a beautiful deep ball on the film, but is it like that, in real life? And, that was definitely the case. It's so effortless. His talent is out of this world. It's, when he's throwing the ball, it just seems like it's so easy. So to be able to match that up with watching film was incredible to see in person.
John McClain.
Yes, Brandon, thank you very much. 2 years ago, when you guys went to the Super Bowl, David Johnson played both games against the Rams. And I know you weren't going against him, but he had almost 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. What do you remember for him that season? What do you expect from him this season?
Well, first of all, when you think of David Johnson, you talk about a guy that came into the league and has been special, since the moment that he stepped foot in this league. Not just in the backfield, but like you said, he can run routes and catch the ball out the backfield. And so that's what I'm looking for, to be able to have a versatile threat like that on offense to pair up with everyone else we have. I just look forward to seeing him be special. And, I know that he's thinking to himself he has a lot to prove, and I love to see that hunger from a teammate.
Brandon Scott.
Yeah, Brandon, on that with David Johnson, because you guys have a unique set of running backs. How much have you guys been able to, I guess, evaluate or incorporate what the running backs are going to be as far as this passing game is concerned?
It's a great question. I think with the time that we're in right now is really getting an understanding of the basic offense, with the new guys and just honing in on the little details. As far as specifics, we're going to have to lean on TK to be able to share that. I can't share that.
Sarah, are you there? Go ahead.
Uh-oh, Sarah, no camera?
I am hidden in the corner of my closet because it's the only place it's quiet in my house right now. So.
All right.
This is obviously a very different offseason for the rookies, especially. What are you telling some of the younger guys, especially the undrafted guys in that room, about what this is like and what they've got to do to make this team?
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing is telling young guys right now to follow around a vet. You know, typically during this time, you have a lot more freedom around the facility to, you know, whether it's taking care of your body. I think it's important for them to understand that, you know, picking a vet that you trust and following when it comes to a routine, so you can be around and, you know, be healthy in that point. You know, we don't have too much things to do outside of here anyway. So the best thing you can do is focus on studying and showing the coaches that you know what you're doing. And so when we do go out there full speed, we're not missing a beat.
Terrence?
Hey, Brandon, how's it going?
Doing well. How about yourself?
All right. Hey, how would you describe your career, or how is your career? I mean, having moved around so much and having to make so many adjustments, what has it been like for you?
It's been a blessing for me. You know, one of the things that I reflect and look back on when I have time is like, you know, I've been blessed to play with, you know, special teams, special quarterbacks, and great coaches. But at the same time, they had the blessing of playing with me as well. You know, so when it comes to the success that I had throughout the league since I entered, I just plan on things that I can't control. I keep out of my hands, and I just continue to focus on the grind and being the best teammate and best player that I could possibly be.
Mark Berman?
Brandon, what is the mindset when you're playing with a quarterback like Deshaun, who is known for his escapability, knows he can turn nothing into something in a great big hurry?
You know, I think my mindset is going to still continue to be the same. You know, get open as fast as I can, you know, within the timing and rhythm of the play. And if things break down, you know, knowing that we got a quarterback back there that can escape and extend the play. But I don't want to have the mindset of thinking that I have a lot more time to do something just because of his abilities. I want to be able to take that pressure off of him as well.
Aaron Wilson?
Brandon, now that you're here, what are you liking about playing for the Texans so far, and how are you feeling health-wise? Are you 100% and everything?
Yeah, no, I feel great. I think the biggest thing that stands out right away is just how much, you know, the staff cares about us, you know, as players. You know, in this time, you come in and you may be a little worried or a little hesitant, but gosh, they're doing everything they can to, you know, keep us safe and make sure, you know, we got great food and, you know, great training staff, great weight room. I think that's been awesome just to be able to see how organized they are in such an uncertain time that we never dealt with before. So that's been pretty spectacular.
Matt Musil?
Brandon, a lot of talk from outsiders about your concussions of the past. What concussion concerns do you have? And can you tell us a little bit about what has happened in the past? Is that just things a happenstance, or did you perceive a pattern there with the medical staff?
Yeah, no, man, for me, I'm not worried at all. If there's any hesitation or worry, you know, I wouldn't be here right now. But, you know, at the end of the day, things happen in this game that, you know, you wish don't happen. But when you start to learn through this process and you really start to get an understanding on what this is, there's so much out there that people just don't understand that goes into it. Everybody think, oh, it's just impact. But without going into specifics, I'm comfortable and I feel great, and I look forward to continue to just, you know, do what I have to do and go out there and give it my all. You know.
We'll take 2 or 3 more. Drew Doherty?
Hey, Brandon, from what you've seen before you got here, from what you've seen in the limited time here, how do you think the skill sets and abilities of guys like Fuller, Cobb, and the rest are going to help you flourish and help you, you know, be who you want to be?
You know, it's funny you say that because I was talking to the White House the other day, and I think one of the biggest things that I, you know, try to portray was like, listen, we all have such a special skill set. The beautiful thing is we all can run. You know, being on the offense where everyone can really take the top off, you know, it's, you know, you look forward to it. But at the end of the day, it's all about how we can help one another. And like I talked about earlier, and understand there's so many targets out there to go around that we're all going to get ours. But when it's our time to, help someone else out, give it your all as well. And I think having that attitude and mindset from a receiver group like we already have, I think it's going to take a long way.
Seth Payne.
You played with Drew Brees and Tom Brady as they were later in their career. Is there anything about their approach to the game that they learned along the way that maybe a younger quarterback wouldn't know yet that you could pass on to Deshaun?
Yeah, I mean, I think you talk about I know you mentioned Drew and Tom, but Jared was a special guy as well. And you talk about a guy who had a routine. From all three of those guys, I think it's all about finding your routine and what works for you. It's not going to look the same for everyone else, but ultimately what you see from those three guys is how much they put into their body and, their focus on taking care of their body. And as long as you do that, I think everything else is going to fall into place. So that's my biggest advice.
Last one for Greg Bailey.
Brandon, you kind of led me into my question here. What have you learned about taking care of your body, and what is the routine in training camp? How important is that to you in your career?
Well, it's huge. I think the biggest thing is just, having a plan. But we talk about taking care of our body. You think of whether it's the massages or the, deep tissue, but it's also nutrition as well. Everything ties apart into that, sleep. You have this pyramid that, if you focus on, it all goes back to ultimately how you feel. And just talking about those key things, sleep and nutrition, and, the little things and paying attention, whether it's in the training room or weight room, focusing on the little details. I think our motto this year, it all matters. And I think that goes into taking care of the body as well.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
No problem, guys. Have a good one. All right.